Hello, gorgeous humans! I'm here live, recording live on Instagram and at the same time recording podcast for Boundless Love Podcast. I have a really fun and a really deep conversation to have with you today. I want to speak about the fundamental step towards a sacred union. Hello, by the way, I'm happy to see some familiar usernames and user images. Thank you for being with me. So we are speaking about this fundamental step into sacred union because there's a lot of hype around sacred union and people call their relationships a sacred union because it just sounds like a cool thing to say, right? So I want to bring my perspective to that and also really open the doors and the possibilities to really experiencing sacred union, because it is really an extraordinary experience to have as a human being. It really is a tremendous experience of love that we can have in a sacred union, in a connection between two people who are really willing to become conduits of love. This is what happens in a sacred union. And sometimes there's a sense of kind of wanting to be there because it sounds so beautiful, and when we hear about sacred union, it's like there's something in us that remembers that, and it feels so fascinating, and it feels so so dear. It's like we know the flavor of that. We know it so intimately, so deeply. And sometimes there's like a sense of a rush. It's like we want to rush into it. We want to just go in there, and we then start lying to ourselves and imagining that we are already there. Whereas there are some really important steps that need to be covered on the way. And also, I want to start, like in the beginning, say this, that there is no such thing as a static place in our journey of awakening. There's no such thing as like, okay, now I have arrived, now I am awake, and boom, that's it. I am like now super conscious human being, and that's it. I am here. I'm good now. Now I'll start teaching. Now I've arrived. This is a dangerous place to be for anyone, yeah? Whether you are a coach or a teacher or a mentor or not, and just considering yourself to be a human being, this is a dangerous place to be, to say like, okay, I got it, I am here. And when we say, even like when we call our relationships a sacred union, there's like a sense of, okay, I got it, I arrived here, that's it. You know, there's no evolution for me left. So I want to make this very clear, that we keep growing, we keep evolving, and may we continue as long as we are alive. May we continue evolving, may we continue growing, because truly the human potential is incredible, it's infinite, it's endless. There's so much to experience, there's so much to grow into. And I am dedicating this conversation to that. Okay, so who is with me? Who is into that? Shall we go in? Hello, Julia, I see you. Hello, everyone I know and everyone I don't know. If it's the very first time you are with me in this way, please let me know in the comments. If you're watching the replay, please also let me know how is this all resonating inside of you. I love to have a lively connection as we go. Okay, so the fundamental step towards a sacred union, it has to do with understanding our power and understanding what truly a power is, what true power is. Yeah? Power has different connotations, and different people understand power differently. So I want to bring this context here to explain what I mean by power. And what I mean by power is this inner experience of being fundamentally well. For me, this is power. Power is inability to hold yourself to a very high standard in your communication, in your relationships, in how you show up at all areas of your life, at how you show up in your relationships, how you show up in your friendships, how you show up at your workplace, how you lead yourself through life. This is where we really are experiencing our power, or not. So, for example, some of the challenging things that require power are setting boundaries, being very clear on what is your yes and what is your no, what you are available for in life and in relationships and in friendships, and how you use your time, and when are you available, when you're not available, when is your work time, when is your play time, who are you allowed to be interrupted or not, what kind of standards you hold for yourself, to like in what kind of situations you're available for in relationships, how are you allowed to be treated, how you hold yourself in all those aspects, how do you hold your boundaries, and how do you communicate those boundaries. That takes a lot of power. If you keep avoiding uncomfortable conversations, you keep avoiding opportunities to grow in power. Or if you know that you are just a bad communicator, or you're just so bad at boundaries, and you just kind of labeled yourself as that and kind of accepted that, it means you're hiding from your power. You're not choosing to grow in your power, or perhaps you don't have the tools yet. So our power is felt through all these aspects of our lives. So our boundaries, our communications, and also how much life force we are capable of conducing. That is also where our power shines. And there's also power in this ability, like we grow in power tremendously when we grow in our ability to not believe in the limitations that we put ourselves in, not believe in the conditioning, not believe in the identity, not limit ourselves to a small identity. So power is exercised also in our ability to get out of the way. And for all of you who are in any way either mentoring or coaching, or in any way interacting with people, or growing in your gift and your giving your gift in this way, like where you are showing up for the evolution of humankind, and you are doing conscious work that really supports evolution of humankind. So for you then, particularly, this will speak to you, this ability to get out of the way and allow something greater to move through you, to speak through you, to create through you. And what is that something greater? Well, that's for each of us to define, whichever language you feel connected to. For me, I feel it's love. I call it love. That love is moving through me. I can also call it God. It's the same for me. I can also call it the great intelligence. I can also call it the 0-point field. All the same thing, really. So if you are involved in that, then your power is not your power. Your power is in your capacity to be so transparent and so clean internally, without the grasping, without the holding. So you are so established in yourself, in your sovereign wholeness, so you know that you can get out of the way, and it's not gonna destroy you, it's not gonna sway you, it's not gonna make you disappear or vanish. You get out of the way and you allow yourself to be conducive for love, conducive for life force, conducive for God, conducive for the wisdom of the universe, conducive for nature, conducive for life. This is power. And this power doesn't just happen. It's not just like, well, anyway, it's not up to me. I just, who am I after all? No, it's not that. It's this ability to hold both the importance of your life force, your cultivation, your human power, and at the same time recognizing actually the lack of importance of that. And between these two, you discover something magnificent. Because in this recognition that actually the greatest things, they are not done by a human, they are conduced by a human, but they are done by the divine. They are done by love. And at the same time, our strength, our cultivation, our embodiment is so profoundly important because it takes a certain structure, it takes a certain predisposition, it takes a certain energetic alignment in order to get out of the way and really allow magic here on this planet and really create heaven on this planet. So this is power, yeah? This is the kind of power I'm talking about. And this power comes with that sovereign wholeness. And so the cultivation of power comes in tremendous way. How we cultivate that, like, okay, it sounds good, how do I get there? You go there through emotional mastery, through cultivating emotional intelligence, through being able to feel what is there to feel and stop denying your feelings and stop being scared of feeling your feelings and being in discomfort. It's that ability to be in discomfort and at the same time not be swayed by it. Because remember, true power is about feeling, experiencing that you are fundamentally well. So until we come to that place, this place of power, this place of sovereign wholeness, our ways to connect with others will be ways to heal everything that's in the way of us experiencing that. So the way most people connect to each other is through relationships. Yeah, we enter into relationships, and if in a romantic context you are in a relationship, usually there is a sense of search. There is a sense of search, that you are searching for yourself, you are searching for your power, you are searching for your sovereignty. And so does the other person. And that's very normal. Yeah? That's really where most people are. This is the normal place of being. Yeah? So then there's a way to figure out those relationships. But this is only one level. And there will be misunderstandings and fights and sense of like, is this partner good enough for me? Questions, not really seeing the worth of the partner, checking, is he or she conscious enough? Is he or she good enough for me? Who is more evolved of us? Who makes more money? Who is more successful? Like there is a sense of, bottom line, there is a sense of not recognizing worth of your partner, not recognizing worth of the other person, questioning it, doubting, are they really worthy of me? Am I really in the right relationship? There is like that sense. So that only happens for one reason. And that reason is you don't remember your worth. That's the only reason. And this is the pandemic, the real one, yeah? That people don't remember their worth. And they are looking for experiences that validate them and remind them and reassure them of their worth. So this is a place where lots of people get stuck in those karmic loops, that because this comes from a baggage. Yeah, this comes from accumulated baggage of all the times where you felt unseen, not loved, not liked, not appreciated, where your parents abandoned you, or someone was not there when you really needed them to be there. So all these wounds, yeah, or heartbreaks or betrayals by people you really trusted. So all those experiences in life, they get accumulated and they reinforce this lack of self-worth. And then we project that lack of self-worth on other people. We also don't see their worth, of course, because we don't see our worth. How can we see someone's worth if we don't see ours? And then maybe you don't even think that way. Maybe you don't think, this person is not worth it. But you are somehow questioning them. You are somehow wanting them to be better. You are somehow trying to change them. You're somehow wanting to fix them. When they are emotional, when someone is crying or someone is upset, you want it to change. You want it to make them feel better. Yeah? You see your partner comes home and he or she is a little bit grumpy and somehow a bit like irritable and so on, and you are like, you don't like it, you want it to be different, you want to bring back connection, or all of a sudden your partner like wants to distance themselves and like not available to talk to you and just goes away and needs to like, I don't know, take time for something. And then you are like, so uncomfortable because you're like, wow, we had a fight. Like, can we not just like fix this thing like immediately? Why do we need to take so much time and separate and create all this drama? Like, let's just fix it now. Again, you cannot accept the other person. You cannot accept their experience and see that it's actually okay. It's just their experience. They need some time, some space now. It doesn't mean anything about you. It's just their experience. And they are completely entitled to have this experience. But when you are like in a dis-ease because of that, so you cannot accept that that is just their reality and this is absolutely fine. And it doesn't even threaten neither you nor your relationship. Or even if it does, it's okay. Because you are fundamentally well. So then, in this, when we can detangle those kind of things, we enter into the field that is above relationship. And that field is the field of the meeting, where there is a meeting that is taking place. And meeting means that I stand tall and strong in my sovereign wholeness, and you stand tall and strong in your sovereign wholeness. And okay, yeah, we will have maybe moments of old wounds coming up. As I said, it's forever. The development and growth is forever. So, things like we will spiral through experiences. We will spiral, like old wounds will resurface. It's okay. But still, as the fundament is that wholeness, is that sovereignty, knowing that I am okay no matter what. And even if everything I've ever believed in, everything I've ever trusted, if all of that just shakes and trembles and falls away, I will still be fine. And I can speak like this because there was a time in my life when I've lost everything. And one by one, everything was just dropping away. All of a sudden, I dropped a person who was the greatest pillar of my life, who was the dearest, the closest, my closest friend. I lost him, he died. Then, soon after that, I lost the job that I thought, okay, I'll just be building my career in this kind of industry. And I was a lawyer and I was feeling like, okay, that's my vibe. This is how I will succeed. This is how I will build my life. I lost that. Then I also realized that I cannot live in the country where I was born, it's Russia. And I left, and then I ended up actually not having a home. I was constantly changing homes. I was living in Asia, and I didn't have a home for many years, for like 9 years. I was always traveling. I just lived out of my suitcase and didn't have many possessions, and that's how it was. And so I figured out, okay, I don't have the best friend, I don't have the job, and I don't even have a home. And then I got married. We went through the marriage with all its beauty and all its difficulties, and then we also separated. And then I lost the husband. And so I was looking at my life at some point, and I saw that actually everything I ever thought that will be with me forever, everything I thought that will be like so stable that I will never ever lose, because all those things, they seem to be like forever. I was so identified with being the one who has all of that. And then, boom, it was gone. And then one day, I went very deep into spiritual work and how it happens. I one day I realized that I actually lost my identity. I could not find myself. I just could not recognize the person that I thought I was. There was just nothing to grasp on. There was just, I didn't know who I was anymore. It's like none of those things I believed about myself, they didn't make any sense. Like it was just pure emptiness. It was just like, there's nobody here. There's just nobody here. And that was an interesting moment. I was laughing and I was crying at the same time. And I had, like, my mind was just like empty. There was nothing in my mind that could make any sense out of it. And the moment I gave it, like the moment the mind would come in, it would be like just terrifying. There would be just pure terror, like what, how do I even move my body from here? Like if I don't know who I am, if I don't have anything that I ever believed in, where do we go from here? And yeah, actually, I'm here now. And I'm fundamentally well. And I know that even through all those experiences, and there were a lot of tears and lots of difficulties and lots of pain, and even through all of that, I also went through tremendous betrayals and being betrayed by people I thought will never betray me. And I went through those things as well. And you know what? I'm here. And I'm fundamentally well. And I'm happier than I've ever been in my life. And I feel like I'm only just beginning. So that's why I can say that just as I am fundamentally well, so are you fundamentally well. No matter what kind of chaos or mess you're going through right now in your life, know this, it will change. I promise. And you will also recognize, even if for just a moment, you are fundamentally well. And I feel like this experience, this recognition is so huge. It's such a turning point for a human life. It changes the trajectory of your whole life. It changes your whole path. It changes everything about you. It changes also, you know what? It also changes your ancestors and your legacy for future. It heals the past. It heals all that pain that is held in our lineages, the female lineage, the masculine lineage. We heal it by coming into sovereign wholeness ourselves. We heal that for them. And I see incredible things happening in my own family. I see things changing. And they're not even doing the work. I'm doing the work. And I see things changing for them. I see them becoming more soft, more quiet, more humble, more connected, more loving. So we are doing that on behalf of everyone. And we are doing it because, hello Sabrina, and we are doing it because we can. Because we can. We are the ones who can do it. And you doing it, you also do it on behalf of the future generations. You are doing it on behalf of your possible children, or if you have children, it's for them also. It's also, if you don't want to be having children, you're doing it for a legacy. Because it will be alive even when we are gone. So while our bodies are warm and these hearts are beating, we may as well utilize this life for something extraordinary, for something that doesn't end when our lives end. This is changing the fabric of humanity. This is the work. And it extends through our connections, through our romantic connections. Because these romantic connections, they are such incredible catalysts for growth. Besides that, we can experience such pleasure and juiciness and fun of being together, and the sharing and this just the meeting and spontaneity of pure love, yeah, it's so beautiful. But at the same time, also these romantic connections, they are our catalysts. They are our agents of transformation. Because we all are yearning for love. We all want to have this harmonious, big love. Let me know if you want that. Yeah, tell me in the comments here. Do you want this experience of this big love where you are so cherished, you are so adored, you feel in such harmony, in such meeting with another person that actually through them you really experience more of yourself, and you are even experiencing yourself beyond yourself. You're experiencing divine, God, love, the whole universe in this very moment, be it in moments of orgasmic meeting and sexuality, because there's, when we add sex to this whole thing, it's like everything is just, I guess, enhanced and accelerated and expanded like, nothing else. Like sexuality is such a profound accelerator. Yeah, this is the fundamental energy of our life. So when we tap into that, it's like everything just comes into a whole new level. So yeah, we experience sexual love with our partners, but also just in those relationships, we want to experience this tremendous love. And it is possible for us, and it is beautiful as it is, but also it is beautiful because it stimulates our growth. It makes us better. It turns us into the ones we came here to be. This is what is also so amazing about our romantic involvement, romantic connections. And so the meeting happens. So everyone new here, welcome. We are talking about the fundament for sacred union, and we went through the layers of relationship. Then there's a layer of meeting, and that's where, when the meeting is happening, the meeting of two sovereign human beings is happening, then we can have those experiences of sacred union. And the sacred union is exactly that. This is what happens there, that the two are so transparent in who they are. They are so conducive for that phenomenal force that is love, that usually we are too fragile to actually really experience love. Because love is a force. It's enormous. It's that force. It's that fabric of existence. Love it's not for the faint of heart. It's big. So we need to come together in a meeting when two stand tall and strong. And this is where we create the third. Something bigger than the sum of the parts. And in that, because we are together, we are standing like this, pillar to pillar, then love has more landing space. There's more space for love to actually land here, to actually touch us from within, to actually vibrate through our cells. This is what happens in a sacred union. It's beyond the two. This is when the polarities drop, but there's no conversation about you did this wrong, did you put down the toilet seat, why are you nagging again, you need to soften more, you need to open more, you need to surrender to me more, you need to be more masculine, you need to be more feminine. There's no such noise. This is all noise. This is all noise that we need to move through. This is all just, it's like stuff. It's stuff that needs to be healed. But we can choose. We can choose. We can choose to grow and grow in the meeting. And first of all, we have to meet ourselves. And we meet ourselves in the sovereign wholeness. And from here, the party begins. From here, the party begins, because here we can experience the divine in a completely new way. And yeah, you can experience love by yourself. Yes, you can experience the divine by yourself. And at the same time, you can experience even more when you share it with another. And then ultimately, through these unions, we get those glimpses of who we came here to be. And then perhaps the experience of the union will dissolve. It's an experience, it's not a static place. It may last some seconds, and this may be the most blissful second of your life. When you have the inner union, experience of your inner union, that is bliss, that is truth, this is ecstasy. And then you can have that union within and then also with another. And that is, again, tremendous bliss, tremendous bliss. And through these experiences, we touch them and they never leave us. We touch them, we taste them. Now many people experience it through like consciousness altering substances or medicine and so on. But actually, and that's a feedback I received many, many times from people who have worked with me. They say that they experience states of consciousness, states of union with the divine way more tangible than through the use of substances. There is space for that, there is space for medicines and so on, but you actually have everything inside of you to experience that here, now, as you are. So, this is what I wanted to share with you today. And I also wanted to speak to you about a really powerful way to go there, to really go into your power. And I really wish for all of us to have tools, to have processes that support that. Because you're not meant to just have it. You're not meant to just have it all figured out just because. No. And you shouldn't be blaming yourself if you don't have it. But you have access to incredible tools, to incredible practices, to incredible work, to incredible transmissions and teachings. And I have upcoming events, upcoming courses where I'm teaching that. And I want to speak a little bit about that. So the theme is complete for today. If you have any questions, you're welcome to drop them here. But I want to speak about my upcoming event that's coming up tomorrow, actually. The first one in this series, but I have a little beauty of incredible containers coming up. Containers where you're held as you grow. And we have something magnificent starting tomorrow already. So it's a program that's called Emotional Mastery. And we begin tomorrow. It's going to be live, it's going to be recorded, and you will have access to the recordings for the whole entire time that the course is up, so which is probably the whole entire life. So there you will receive transmissions, but most importantly, you will actually have experiences. I will be guiding you into experiences of your power that does not get swayed by no matter what you feel. We're gonna get so real and so specific with this human experience. We will really own it. Whatever you've been through in your life, wherever you have some triggers, wherever you have some blocks that are not allowing you to be fully conducive to love, to life force, to your power, this is what we're going to be addressing there. And you're going to be going right into that, into your emotions. And through these emotions, you will be discovering that part that does not get swayed, that part that is fundamentally well. That's happening in Emotional Mastery. So we will have 4 modules where you will be growing in capacity to conduce emotions, to feel emotions, and to heal and to purify. And this will serve you your whole life, really. I am using these tools, all my students are using these tools. We grow tremendously in power and we don't get stuck, because many people hurt themselves by being stuck in their experiences, in their pain, in their grief, in their heartbreak, in their heartache. Like there's a sense of like, oh, I'm just stuck there. I just feel so anxious, and this anxiety just keeps coming back, just so much fear. Or so much sadness, I'm still grieving, I still cannot let go, I still am holding on to some old pain, I'm still in it. Like, this is what happens to so many people, to most people on the planet, if they don't have emotional intelligence. There will be things that are eating you from inside. For most people, it's their entire life. Something they just cannot let go. They're holding on and holding on. But there are processes that can support this movement and can support you in your freedom, your inner freedom, and therefore in arriving right into your power. So emotional mastery begins tomorrow. If this is speaking to you, welcome to join. There's a link in my bio directly to emotional mastery. We will have 4 potent modules. There will be a Q&A. You have lifetime access to recordings and also to anything else that I may add to it. Like I may record some additional practices or additional material, and I will add it there. You will get it. So this is fun. We already have a big bunch of people, a big group of people who've joined. I'm really excited for that, to start tomorrow with you. If that speaks to you, welcome to join. I also have another course coming up, which is specifically on growing in a sacred union, on becoming magnetic to a sacred union, on creating a sacred union, on cultivating it, whether you already have a relationship or not. Over 100 women went through this course. This one is only for women. Emotional mastery is for both men and women. This course, the next one, is only for women who want to be the magnets to love, to true love, and met in love. So that course is starting very soon also. And the emotional mastery is a beautiful preparation for Come My Love. Come My Love is the name of the other course. So emotional mastery is a beautiful preparation because you need to become clear and transparent in order to really magnetize true love. So that's why we're starting with emotional mastery. I really, really recommend to do both. And then from there, we're going to go into tremendous work of Come My Love, where over 100 women went through it, 108 at this point, went through it and experienced incredible beauty, incredible upgrade in their relationships, incredible new meetings, incredible, just so many women start to feel cherished, start to feel really recognized for being the beautiful, powerful woman that she really is. So many women attracted love, met new partners. It's really, I think that it's the best course on attracting true love available. I put so much love into this course. It's going to be live, and we're going to do some very practical, specific things on preparing ourselves for that, on also stabilizing on our inner masculine, stabilizing our inner sacred union, in the sovereign wholeness within. And then there is some real magic we're doing together that really calls in true love. So you can message me. In my bio there is a link to emotional mastery right now. Soon we'll also add the link to the other course. You can buy them as a bundle, then you save some money, or you can just buy each of them individually. So you're welcome to send me a message if you need anything, if you have any questions, if you need the link, send me a message. I'm happy to respond, or my team will respond, and I hope to journey with you there if that's an alignment for you. And if not, I will see you on the internet. It's been fun to share the space together today. Thank you for being here, and I'm sending you so much love. Ciao, ciao.